Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Vizik here. Today's video we're going to be talking about the recent Xbox acquisition of Activision and Blizzard. And obviously King, the people who made Candy Crush, but I don't think everyone's too hype about that one. I don't know if there's Candy Crush fans. I'm sorry if there's Candy Crush fans out there. I don't know. Anyway, I have a couple key notes that I want to touch on that are more, I guess, relevant to me and maybe you guys, obviously involving more of Activision and Blizzard side of things. So we'll go into that, but first thing I want to go ahead and say that I'm kind of excited for is Bobby Kotick is no longer going to be the CEO of Activision. Go ahead and, give us a big clap, or give them a big clap for getting rid of that motherfucker. If not for the obvious reasons, he's just ran the company into the dirt. Don't get me wrong, they're making more money than they ever have, but when it comes to actual enjoyment, yeah, go ahead, yeah, you can miss me with that shit. And not to mention the SA accusations. Either way, glad that motherfucker's gone. Glad Phil Spencer maybe be the, I'm not entirely sure what the dynamic is going to be with it yet. I don't think too many people know right now. I could be wrong. Hopefully Phil Spencer has a little bit more say when it comes to Activision and Blizzard sides of things when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah. Now, do I really think this is going to be beneficial for all things Activision and all things Blizzard? Obviously. Now, the reasons why, I can give a multitude of them, but I'm just going to go ahead and just cut it short and just say Xbox obviously has done a lot for the gaming space as a whole that has bettered everyone's, I guess, experience. The whole Game Pass thing was a pretty brave and a pretty successful attempt at just getting tons of titles under one kind of subscription thing. Because to be frank with you, I would much rather, and this is, a lot of people may not agree with this, but as time's progressed, I would much rather pay a subscription than to buy a $70 game every fucking year. So that obviously means that in 2024, the next COD more than likely will be on the Game Pass, and every COD from here on out will be on the Game Pass. Now, does that include Modern Warfare 3? No. Sadly, it does not. At first, I figured, or I thought that it would, but after looking into it, no, because of the reasoning for it is because, one, this acquisition is brand new. There's obviously things have to be put in order. If I'm not mistaken, the stocks are even out on hold for Activision right now while everything is, whatever. Not only that, but Sony's contract with Activision for Call of Duty expires this year. And, Phil Spencer said he would honor the contract. He's just not going to say, well, that's rip. Not that I think that they would ever do that. Just from the nature Xbox has always been. I couldn't see them doing anything like that. So the Sony contract is still active. So that's why, the Sony players or, PlayStation players were able to get early access to the beta first, and with all stuff like that, they're going to be getting, that's just going to be no more after this Call of Duty. It'll be in here, this Call of Duty, but this will be the last Call of Duty that'll be like this. So, with that being said, hopefully every fucking COD from now on will just be on the Game Pass. I don't doubt that it wouldn't be, and that is a big positive for, everybody, not just Call of Duty fans, but gamers in general, because regardless of if you play Call of Duty now, I'm sure some people would, play some Call of Duty titles through the Game Pass. We all, Call of Duty will just get a big surge of players once that happens. That's pretty obvious. And also, I think that Xbox will probably do something with COD, because don't get me wrong, I seriously doubt, from the way Xbox has been for the past decade, I seriously doubt, and I don't see them doing this, but to just buy Call of Duty, or buy Activision, Blizzard and all that, and just let it ride for a while they recoup their money. I really don't see them doing that, because they've already, this is a big thing, right? And they would want to capitalize that much as possible, obviously. And with that, we could see some big Call of Duty maybe. That's just, I'm grasping at straws here, obviously, but it's completely possible. Regardless of that, if that's something that is could be in the works later down in the future, that would be cool as fuck. Realistically, I don't see that happening, but what I do see happening is Call of Duty changing for the better. Now, we all know, I'm pretty sure Xbox is aware that the majority of people just don't like COD. Now, does that mean the majority of people don't play COD? No. As we've seen through Modern Warfare 2019 all the way up until this current COD, people will buy COD and play it regardless of if it's dog shit or not. So that it is what it is. Now, I haven't played Modern Warfare 3. Like I said in my last video, I will play the beta later today, which according to the time that I'm recording this I'm recording this really early in the morning, but I only got, maybe 6-7 hours until the beta opens up to where I can play it, and I will be making a video following that, so go ahead and prepare for that. But I do see them going in a direction with Call of Duty that is beneficial for everybody. Now, do I think the complaints about Call of Duty will ever stop? No, because then the other crowd of like the casual players or the or more the modern generation of gamers, I guess. This is the best way I could describe it because, yeah, it should be obvious by now. But that crowd may not like what's to come with Call of Duty, and to be fair, I don't give a shit because as long as we're going back to what Call of Duty used to be, hey, sign me up. Does that mean I'm just gonna give them a free ride and just buy their every? No, that's the benefit of Game Pass. So I can try it on there. And does that mean I'm gonna buy the game if I play it? Fuck no, dude. But do I think the Game Pass will be beneficial for everybody, even if I would enjoy COD if they just kept going the way they're going now? No, it's gonna benefit everybody. So yeah. So maybe look forward to something big in the future regarding Call of Duty. Don't quote me on that. But I really think something good will come out of this involving Call of Duty within the next 1 or 2 years when it comes to, the next few Call of Duties will probably be better than they have been for the past 4 or 5 years. There's that. Now, I want to touch on the Blizzard side of things because that's kind of got me interested. What they're going to do with that. Now, one thing that sparked in my mind, which, hell, it's completely possible. It's not out of discussion, I'm sure. But the WoW, World of Warcraft, if you aren't aware, World of Warcraft is an MMORPG. You should know what it is by now, but it's an MMORPG made by Blizzard, the Warcraft, following the Warcraft series. So yeah. A good thing that I could see come of this, and probably will get me into WoW again, because some of the reason why I stopped playing WoW was just the expansions were just not up to par ever since Legion. Legion was my last really good time I had in World of Warcraft. God, I miss Legion. Either way, I don't know. I just don't enjoy the current expansions. I've tried to play it a little bit, but I don't have a sub, so it is what it is. A lot's changed. Either way, I see it as a possibility that the WoW subscription may be gone away with if you have the Game Pass. You will obviously probably still have it or have to pay it if you don't have the Game Pass, but I could see them doing it to where if you have Xbox Game Pass or Game Pass, then you don't have to pay for a WoW sub. Obviously, you'll still have to pay for the expansions, which that is what it is. That's completely fine with me, especially with the expansions not costing $70 fucking dollars and it being more content than COD, but I digress. So that would probably get me back into WoW for a while. No doubt in my mind. What kind of makes me say that, why that could be a possibility, you look at Riot Games, they've if you have Game Pass, if you aren't aware of this, then, here's some new information for you. Riot Games and Xbox have been doing this thing recently. If you had the Game Pass on PC, obviously, then you get, for League of Legends, you get all the champions and you can play without having to spend your blue essence to unlock them. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but, if you're somewhat of a casual player or play every once in a while, or you don't, or a new player, right off the rip, you can play with anybody you want. That's good, in my opinion. Now, same thing with Valorant. You get all the, what are they called in that game? Agents. You get all those unlocked with the Game Pass. So that's why I think that they could be doing something like, oh, well, if you have the Game Pass, you don't have to pay for a sub for WoW. That would be neat as fuck. But with all that said, I do think this acquisition is probably is a big win, not only for Xbox and Microsoft, obviously, but I do genuinely believe that this is a good thing for not only the titles under Activision and Blizzard's belt, but also gamers as a whole, because the Xbox ecosystem has been getting better and better and better with every passing year. They do have some screw ups sometimes, and some of the games that they make, or Xbox studios make, isn't always greatest. But you look at Halo Infinite, not it wasn't awful, but it definitely was not the game or the Halo we were all hoping for. But with that being said, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna bring praise where praise is due, you know what I'm saying? So Xbox has done a lot of good for the gaming community, and I'm looking forward to what they do with Activision and Blizzard. And we knew for a little while that this was going to happen, but it finally just now happened not too long ago. I think it was yesterday, from the day that you're probably seeing this, that hey, Activision, Blizzard, and King are now under the Xbox umbrella, and I am happy for that, not only because I have Xbox, I've always been an Xbox kind of gamer, but it's also beneficial to me, not only because I have an Xbox, but because I play on PC. One thing I want to go ahead and tell you right now is, if you are a PC player and if you don't have Game Pass, I think now's the time to start to look into doing so. There's so many benefits with this recent acquisition. I believe that you're going to get your money's worth. Now, if they increase the price, we'll have to see about that. But for the price it is right now, even without Activision games and, Blizzard games being really put there, I guess, I still think it's worth it, bar none. From don't get me wrong, Forza Motorsports is kind of a flop in my opinion. From the shit that they've just removed from the game from Motorsport 7, wow, crazy. But hey, it was good that I was able to try the game for completely free just for having the Xbox sub or Xbox Game Pass sub. And, I played it, didn't like it, uninstalled it, and I didn't have to spend a fucking penny on the game. That's the benefit of Game Pass. So, with all that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, if you do not have the Xbox Game Pass or the Game Pass for PC, please look into getting it. It's hella worth it. It's worth your money. It's worth your time. It's worth whatever. So I'll leave you with that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe if you are new. And as always, peace out.